Hello everyone, welcome you all in the second round of Dreams Learning Center presents online debate competition. Dear viewers, let me start with two different stories. First of all, one day a young teenager went to rooftop and he jumped from the rooftop in order to see the scenario that some other superhuman being like Superman will come forward to rescue him. But alas, in real life, this sort of fantasy doesn't work. In the end, these young teenager children got died. Second scenario, in few days back, I was watching television and came across a documentary that was being displayed in the Shomoy TV. They were highlighting the fact that during the pandemic, when the educational institutions are shut down, a group of young people they went outside to shoot the violent scene of the fighting movies that are being displayed in the Tamil movies categories in the India. So these two examples, what they actually give message to us. These two examples actually give the message that irrespective of the age or irrespective of the certain locations, the people are much more influenced by the scenarios or by the circumstances that they undergo via television. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the motion of our today's debate competition is television is the leading cause of violence in our today's society, and I am standing for the motion. Now, what actually the word violence means? As per the definition of the WHO, World Health Organization, violence is the use of physical force or the power which is threatened against oneself, against each other, or against a particular group or community, which may result in injury, death, destruction, abusement of others, malhandling of others, anything. The violation examples includes rape, the murder, any sort of destruction scenes, these sort of things, anything. It can be sexual violence as well. Now, what is the actual correlation between the television and this violence in today's society? First of all, I would like to talk about the crime scenes that are being displayed via various popular television television mechanisms, like we can talk about the Crime Patrol or the CID or the Talash. In these sort of documentaries, what is being displayed and how a crime can be controlled or a crime can be accomplished without getting caught, and this sort of mechanisms is being learned by the one individual and later on they are practicing in their practical life. Second of all, what we see in the violent movies or any other things, they use the exploit language, they use vulgar contents, and sometimes they vividly portray the action scenes in such a way that the children, they are much more vulnerable to this sort of scenes. So later on, whenever they try to implement those sort of scenes in their practical life, it is getting violent. Second of all, I would like to talk about the Indian serials or the Bangla serials, which is getting much more popularity nowadays. People are being much more fascinated to that serial, and whatever the dresses, whatever dialogues those hero and heroines they are following, they try to implement in their practical life. We have seen the examples that people are committing suicide without getting a particular dress in the Eid because their parents cannot afford, but they anyhow want it. In this way, that eventually led to the death of that particular individuals. Third of all, I would like to talk about the cartoon series or any other particular fascinating series that are much more attractive to the children. What they see from those scenarios or from those videos, they are learning the violence, and it is being portrayed in a cartoon that how to win any sort of war or any sort of battle, even with the physical violence, even sometimes with the verbal violence. So these sort of things are being copied to the young teenagers, and they try to copy those things in their practical life, and they are learning this sort of violence. So combining all these factors, you can say that television is the leading cause of violence in today's society. Thanks to all.
Just because you find one bad apple doesn't mean you should give up on the whole trees. In the same way, for an unspecified number of TV programs that cause violence, we cannot define television as the supreme source of violence. Assalamu alaikum, a very pleasant evening to respected judges, lovely audience, faculty members, fellow mates, and my dearest opponent. Myself, Tahzima Khanam. Today I am here to manifest my views upon the topic that television is the main cause of violence in today's society, and I am totally opposing the motion. So firstly, what is television? Television is a media of mass communication and learning, as well as it's one of the most wonderful inventions of modern science. It's one of the famous devices that are used for entertainment all over the world. Television is a huge media for news, education, entertainment, politics, gossip, and advertising. It's a source of knowledge. There are many types of TV programs on televisions. The viewers can watch a weather report to prepare for the day. Cartoon and sports provide relaxation and fun. School programs, documentaries, and the news teaches us about the world, as well as advertisement inform us about product and new idea. Furthermore, modern technology means that the content is up to date. For example, news reports can be broadcast live and from all over the world through private TV channels like CNN, BBC, Fox, etc. This means that information is available almost anywhere at any time. People seek entertainment and distraction. Moreover, TV can give us that in the form of films or cartoon. People want education, information and instruction because they are curious and have a soft spot to learn. Television gives us that documentaries or educational program besides in reports or cultural programs. People enjoy creativity, and TV gives us that in the work of all the people involved in creating clever film script effective scenery. TV gives us the world, other culture, other people, language and ideas. It introduces us to the knowledge. In addition, it keeps us updated on the latest happenings of the world. Moreover, television also motivating individuals to develop skills. They also have various programs showing speeches of motivational speakers. This pushes people to do better. You can also say that television widens the exposure we get. It increases our knowledge about several sports, national events and more. While television comes with a lot of benefits, though it also has a negative side. It's naturally said that everything has two sides. But if we observe that quote what Dr. Zafar Iqbal said, if I had an apple and a knife in my hand, and instead of cutting the apple, if I cut my hand, it's totally my fault. Not the knife and not even the apple is responsible for this. Similarly, in television, both good and bad things are shown, and it totally depends on an individual what they watch, whether a person want to watch educative stuff or violence. So that's clear. Whatever violence is inspired from television is completely human behavior. In every program or shows which are aired on televisions, the instructions are given clearly that these things are imaginary. So if a person tries to imitate it, that would be completely the person's fault. So dear moderator, the television which provides us with worldwide news that educate individuals about the world. In a world where people are doing violence on their own, why should we blame television rather that it's the which can help spread awareness for stopping this violence? So in the end I want to say that when television is good, nothing is better. When it's bad, nothing is worse. So it's up to you in which way you want to go. Thank you.